Hi, this is David Clive with D Adventures, and in this video we're going to look at a 35.7-ish acre property in Los Animas, Colorado, Los Animas County. And this property is a bargain. So I'm going to start out by looking at comparable properties in the area, and then we're going to look at sort of things to do in the area, and then we're going to look at the property itself and the topography of the property. So to kick off, let's look at the market here. I usually use Zillow just because they tend to have more listings, and to give you an idea of where this is, here's the state of Colorado. You can see the four corner states here. Los Animas County is in southern Colorado down here, kind of in the center of the state, and I'll zoom in a little bit if this will let me. Come on. Okay, there we go. And so here's Los Animas County, outlined in blue. And these are properties of similar size, between 30 and 40 acres for sale. And let me just tell you, $9,900 is a steal for a property of this size in this area. And that's what I'll be listing my property at. So the same price as this one. The only difference is, when you look at this picture, what do you see? You see kind of shrubs, deserty-ish area. Not a lot of vegetation. The property that we'll be looking at in this video has a lot of smaller trees, and as you'll see, the prices quickly jump up from here. So $9,900. This one's also deserty, $12,000. Big difference. Then we get to $13,000. Then we get to $14,000, $15,000, and we start seeing some vegetation at around $18,000. We get some of these small trees, and then we have some more. So this is typically what people would be paying for property that's deserty, something in the 20s, and even that's cheap. I mean, this is 200 homes or 200 properties, and so we're looking at page 1 of 8, and even by the bottom of page 1, we're in the 30,000s. So, so then as we look further down, 18,000 for something with some trees on it. That's like the cheapest one that has a lot of trees. Here's one for 28,000 with a fair number of trees. So, for what this property is, and for the attribute of having the trees on it, the vegetation that it does, you are getting an incredible deal. And these properties do not last long. The last time I had a property in this county, it sold before I could even post it. So, I would recommend moving quickly if you're interested. Now, to give you an idea of where the property is located, here it is. So it's not actually on Green Mountain Road. There's another road that doesn't have a name on Google Maps that's right next to this. So the property is about 45 minutes away from Trinidad, Colorado, and about the same distance from Rocky Ford and from La Junta up to the north. But just to kind of give you a feel for what the area is like. Obviously, this picture is taken in the spring, so in a favorable season. It's probably not always quite that green, but these are all things that are roughly within an hour's drive. Just amazing views. I mean, if you like the outdoors, this is a great place to go. It's really hard to find super cheap properties that are large and that are this close to great things to see in the outdoors. So with that, I guess I'll show you what it's like going north. So if we wanted to come from La Junta, Colorado, it's roughly 45 minutes, 47 minutes. Okay, so between 45 and 50 minutes, and you come down here from the north, and you end up at the property. So. And as you can see down here, some of the photos, there are lots of parks and water, natural water features and things kind of scattered around this area. And you also have, if you want to explore, there's some fossil stuff and some like dinosaur footprints and things like that out here in the Comanche National Grassland area. So lots of fun exploring and outdoors activities in the area. Also, there are lots of museums. If you go down into Trinidad, there's some Western art. There's a history museum, and things to explore like that. And then going to the north, If you go up to Otero County, they have a few towns, Rocky Ford, La Junta are up there, and things to see there. I'll link to all this on the product page once I get it up. So, down below you'll see a link to go to the product page, and I'll link to all of these things nearby to do. So anyway, that kind of gives you a feel for the area around the property. We've covered the market, the local area, and now let's look at the property itself. So we'll go to Google Earth for that. As I mentioned, it's in southern Colorado down here, and it's just right off the highway in between two, if you can call them towns, two points of interest. One is Delhi, which is like right here. There you go. And the other is Thatcher, which is right there. They're basically, like a few buildings. I wouldn't call them towns. But so anyway, if you're on the 350, you can get off, and there are a couple of spots you can get off up here at Delhi, and you can take this county road across and then cut down and go to the property. Or if you're coming from the south, you can take this county road and come up and get to the property. So you get off the 350, you come up here, this is the 121 on the south side, and County Road 88 if you're coming from the north side by Delhi. So if you take the 121, you want to turn off on this road right here, which I think is called Green Mountain Road. This is the one that in Google Maps that we were looking at earlier, this is the road that was listed. So you get off at Green Mountain Road, and then Green Mountain Road forks right here, and you want to go right at the fork, and the road will go up here. It's a little bit rough. It's not like a perfect dirt road here. The road will go up, but there are people that live and use it. So there's someone here. There's a property there that has a structure on it, and there's also one like around here that has a structure as well. Anyway, I digress. You go up here, you curve around. The road curves around, and there's a little bend in it, and the property's right here. So the property has, like I was mentioning earlier when looking at other properties in the market, property has a fair amount of vegetation, as you can see. So I haven't been there in person, but to me these look like kind of short cedar or juniper type trees. I could be wrong. They could be taller. They could be something else, but that's my assumption, and that is kind of in line with what we saw when we were looking at other properties in the area on Zillow. Those were the kinds of trees that were most common. So here's the property. Let's look at it. We'll check out the topography. It's fairly flat. I mean, it's got a little bit of a hill to it, a little bit of a ridge right here where the trees are. And if we kind of turn around here, you can see, it's a fairly flat property. I mean, there's not a lot going on. Right here you have, some actual topography stuff going on with some mesas and some hills, but fairly minor hill activity. It does slope a little bit, and not too bad. So I would classify this as fairly flat to slightly rolling. And let's get rid of the yellow outline because Google Maps is blurring it. But anyway, so that should help you kind of get a feel for the lay of the land. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you're coming from the north and you choose to go through Delhi from the north, and you get off at County Road 88, well, here's County Road 88, and wrong direction, this way. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see. So from County Road 88, you can connect in a couple of places. You can take this county road down south and then get on that Green Mountain Road, or whatever it's called. Or you can just continue on County Road 88 all the way over to here, and take a left, come down here, take another left, come down here, and you'll take another left and come across. You might have to go around this arroyo, and then you'll end up at the property. So that should give you a rough idea of where the property is, how to get there. Please visit my site. If you're interested in buying it, I would encourage you to act quickly, and I wish you the best of luck in your search for purchasing land. Thank you.